Struggling with depression is hard enough as it is, but when you add all the stress and pressure to perform that comes with studying, things can easily take a turn for the worst. Depression steals away your energy, your motivation, and your concentration, meaning it's already challenging enough just getting dressed in the morning, let alone staying concentrated for long periods of time when you're trying to study for your upcoming midterms or finals. It's definitely not easy, but it is possible. Let me show you how. Hi everyone, my name is Anamascara and I help students and young professionals like yourself achieve their academic and career goals without sacrificing their mental health. If you or someone you know is struggling with depression while trying to pursue a degree, please consider sharing this video so that we can show everyone that nothing is impossible. But before we go over the top 5 most effective tips for studying with depression, let's first take a look at its definition and common symptoms. According to the American Psychiatric Association, depression, or major depressive disorder, is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Depression causes feelings of sadness and/or loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease your ability to function at work, at school, and at home. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms or you think you might be depressed, my first advice to you is to definitely seek out professional help. I will link a few resources down below that can make it a lot easier for you to reach out, so please, I encourage you, go check them out. Now that we've established a common understanding of depression, let's look at 5 ways that can help you study when you're depressed or having a depressive episode. Number 1, getting things done without motivation. People with depression tend to experience a lack of interest and pleasure in daily activities. Pair that with some of the other symptoms like trouble sleeping plus loss of energy, and motivation can literally become non-existent. So all those classic tips of turning studying into a fun activity or making your desk aesthetically pleasing won't work as well on students struggling with depression. You need to come to terms and accept the fact that you might never feel motivated at all. But there is a workaround. Routines. Routines are absolutely essential, especially for someone battling depression. Having a set rhythm or flow to your day taps into that humans are creatures of habit thing and makes it easier to get work done even when you don't feel like it. To make it a little bit easier, try to dedicate specific areas to different habits, because changing your environment can make your brain more alert. For example, go to the library or to a coffee shop to do your readings after class instead of studying in an environment you associate with relaxing, like your bedroom. Number 2, organizing a disorganized mind. Planning is essential for every student, but for those struggling with depression, even more so, because it can take longer to read or memorize the material. This is purely due to something known as brain fog that can lead to disorganization and poor focus. Not only that, but large amounts of incoming information can hit hard and make one feel overwhelmed amidst all the chaos. But what can you do about it? A popular trick that comes highly recommended by successful students that are struggling with depression is to keep a digital planner. The key here is digital, because we want to allow room for flexibility and neatness. Look at it this way. If you already engage in depressed thinking and have low self-esteem and self-competence, what do you think a packed to-do list with nothing checked does to your psyche at the end of the day? Having a digital organization system like Notion or Google Calendar lets you easily move your tasks around and reorganize everything accordingly without all the red ink and strike-throughs. Remember to be kind to yourself and set realistic goals. I have an entire video on the topic, so I encourage you to check it out. Number 3, targeting cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions are patterns of negative thoughts and changes in the way one processes information. These unhelpful thinking styles can lead to a student struggling with depression to often jump to the worst case scenario or generalize an isolated incident that was entirely outside of their control. The reason why I am bringing this up is that the way we interpret our reality dictates our behavior and impacts our moods. So it's important to learn about, recognize, and fix the interpretation aspect of it in order to get positive results. I would recommend everyone to keep as much as possible a dysfunctional thought record. I will link below a free worksheet you can use to identify your cognitive distortions as they arise, and then try to implement weekly cognitive restructuring exercises to challenge your automatic negative thoughts frequently. If you think this sounds ridiculously difficult, let me give you a hand. In the description box below, I found, in my opinion, the best, most beautifully organized and to the point article on the different types of cognitive distortions so that you can spot them a lot more easily. I've also included a link to a free worksheet to help you challenge your unhelpful thinking. So no excuse, it's literally right there waiting for you to click on them. Number 4, implement if-then plans. Know your triggers and make sure to have multiple plans in place to face them safely and with confidence. Did you know that sleep deprivation usually worsens depression and can even trigger a depressive episode? Did you also know that students that struggle with depression reported that exam stress makes their depression symptoms almost double? Identifying your pressure points is crucial so that you can find effective coping mechanisms that will support you during challenging times. If you're not that great at knowing when you're stressed, I often struggle with catching myself stressing out. Someone else has to literally tell me, "Hey Anna, you okay? You're like grinding your teeth or you're turning pale as a ghost. Girl, are you still breathing?" If that's you, I would recommend you do this next exercise with a family member or a friend that has observed you freaking out at least once. Brainstorm together and make a list of your top 5 stress triggers. The ones that send your thoughts and emotions into a downward spiral of negativity and panic. Here are some examples: performance pressure, exam stress, group presentations, skipping breakfast, or even listening to sad music. Whatever your if is, write it down, then come up with 1 or 2 ways of what you can do then. If I listen to a sad song and my depression symptoms start to get worse, then I will stop the song and press play on my comedy playlist. It's already made and 1 click away. Being prepared will make a difference, I promise, but it has to come from you. Number 5, strong support systems. Probably the most important of all the tips we've looked at so far. Having a solid support system is essential for students struggling with depression. I know everyone immediately thinks of friends and family, but I want you to enlarge that circle a bit more and include your professors, your TAs, your community, your bus driver, anyone with who you build a safe and trustworthy bond can help. When you are battling depression, a simple smile can make a difference. Holding the door for someone, giving them your spot in line for lunch, standing up for them. Any act of kindness is a form of helping. It's important to surround yourself and gravitate towards optimistic and kind people. And honestly speaking, guys, after the year we've had, this advice applies to everyone. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you like what you see, because I post school videos twice a week. Bye guys!